Hey y'all, so today the project I'm working on is back here on the deck, and let me show you what I'm going to be doing here. So I had to get these hardware mesh pieces and put them up to keep my dog from running through the screen. So he decided to make his own little doors into the screen porch, and in each one of these 3 spots he ran through it and just tore it all to shreds. So as you can see, I've already cleaned it out a little bit. I've got some more to do, but we have a lot of trees and leaves wind up getting stuck behind the hardware mesh. So there's a little bit of a gap here, you can see. It's not a huge gap, but leaves find their way in there. And so what I'm going to do is I've already cut some trim pieces. So I just got some chair rail from local hardware store, big box store, and I'm gonna put the chair rail on this side. It's gonna split about 50-50 on here, and then on the other side I'm just using a 1x3, and I'm gonna put that up there and screw them together so it'll sandwich this up real nice and tight, and then that'll keep anything from falling in there. So I've already got the pieces made. What I'm going to do now is get them painted and get them installed. They're super easy to make. I mean, you just cut them down to the size you need. I'm going to screw them in. You can already see the hole there. So I'm going to screw them. Actually, that's just a nail hole. Screw them in here. 1 screw on each side. There's, I think, my screw hole there. So I'm just doing 1 screw on each side on the front. I'm using trim screws, so they'll kind of recess a little bit. I'll touch them up with some paint. Hopefully it'll disappear pretty well. And then on the inside, I'm going to screw them together. And that way on the outside, when you're looking at it, there won't be any screw holes in the nice chair rail. You'll just see it in the 1x3s in the back. So don't mind the door here. We had a little raccoon issue. I got to do some repairs on that. Obviously, we're probably just going to replace this whole door. It's pretty old, and you can see it's kind of rotten and stuff like that. So we'll probably get that replaced on another video. But right now, we're going to go do some painting, get these trim pieces ready to go, and then we'll get them installed. Here are the trim pieces. So this is the chair rail that I got. It's pretty basic, but it'll do the job. It'll look nice over there. So that's what I'm putting on the outside, and then on the inside it'll just be this 1x3. So you can see the screw holes in there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to paint the back side first. So I've got these upside down right now. These I'm gonna have to do a little bit of sanding on, so you can see, I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, you can. So it's a little rough in a couple spots. These are pre-primed, and they're pretty good, but there are a couple spots where it's a little bit rough on the edges and things like that. So I'm gonna see what I can do about cleaning that up a little bit before I put it on there. You get these little pieces on there. So I'm gonna take some sandpaper and get these smoothed out and get them looking good, and we'll get them painted and get them installed. Got a little bit of 220 and a little bit of 320 sandpaper here. I really don't want to take off a whole lot because, like I said, these are pre-primed. So really what I'm just looking for are any little rough spots. I'm just gonna hit them just a little bit. It shouldn't take much, just to kind of knock those burrs down. This one you can see kind of right on the edge here. It's just a little rough. So we'll just hit this just a little bit. And this is the 320. All right, so that's a lot better already. So you can see it really doesn't take much to get what we're looking for here. So I'm just going to hit these. It's not quite there yet, just a little more. that one looks really good. So we'll work on this one. This one's pretty bad on this end over here. Just going slow with it. Like I said, I don't want to damage I don't want to take too much off, so I'm just kind of going slow. All right, I've gotten done with the sanding. You can see these look really nice and smooth now. I hit them with 320 as a final sand. Most of them I did just with the 320 by itself. You can see here there's still a little bit of ripple, but that's as smooth as I'm gonna get it because, like I said, I don't want to cut through the priming. But anyway, this is what we've got. All these pieces look really good. I recommend if you're sanding something before you paint it, that you hit it with a tack cloth when you're done. I was looking around. I thought for sure that I had some. I know I've got some somewhere, but I cannot find it for the life of me. So I'm going to just use a paper towel. You want to wipe them off a little bit before you paint, because if you notice, that dust is going to prevent your paint from adhering properly. So you want to make sure that you use something. If you don't have a tack cloth, that's fine. You can use a damp paper towel if you got time to let it dry completely before you paint. I'm going to try and do this right now. I want to get them painted and get them going. And I could use a damp paper towel and then use my heat gun to dry it off, but I just don't feel like doing all that. So what I'm going to do, they're really not that bad. I'm just going to use some of these paper towels here, just wipe them down with a dry paper towel, just get as much of that off of there as I can, and I think we'll be fine. So I'm going to flip these over, or like I said, I'm going to paint the backside first. That way when I roll them over, this side's not really going to be seen much. There's a tiny little lip on the bottom here that you'll see if you get in just the right angle. So I'm going to get these painted on the backside first, and that way when I flip them and paint them, if they're not completely dry, it won't be a big deal. We're gonna paint the back of these first, like I said, and I think I might actually hit them with the heat gun when I get done painting, just to get them dry, so I can go ahead and move on to the other side. I did sand these just a little bit, so I'm gonna wipe them down just real quick. All right, so I got the paint all shaken up here. I'm gonna go ahead and get it open. I'm still gonna stir it up a little bit. Let me put this over here where it won't be in the way. All right. Go ahead and hit this with the stir stick. All right, so we got this nice and stirred up. We're gonna get this get these things painted. So I'm just gonna paint right out of the bucket here, or right out of the can. And like I said, the back side here isn't anything that needs to be super fancy. I just need some color on there in case it shows through. What you doing? Trying to get Stella back over here? Yeah. Okay. Alright, so like I said, the back side just needs to be covered. Don't touch it, baby, it's wet. Okay? Can I do a brush here? Well, I don't think I have another brush, honey. Just don't touch it, okay? It's really wet. It'll get you painted. I don't want paint on you, okay?
It won't get me painted.
It will get paint on you, silly goose.
It won't get paint on you.
See? I already got paint on me. Look at my hand. See?
You will get paint on you.
That's right. All right. So hey, listen. Don't throw your doggy. It might hit the paint.
Yeah.
And your doggy will have paint all over him. I won't be able to get it back out.
Okay.
All right. So what I was saying was this backside doesn't need to be real pretty looking. It's just there in case. I think there is one small edge that shows. So if you're kind of sitting down low, you might see it. So I'm really just slapping some paint on here and getting it covered just so that it'll be the right color if you ever see it. I'm not looking to make it look real fancy or anything. You want to come over here where everybody can see you?
Yes.
Yes. All right. Where's your sister? There she is.
Can I see you?
Yeah, you can see her. She's right there behind the trees, sitting down. All right, here. Here. You want to paint?
Yes, sir.
You got it?
Yes, sir.
All right, paint right here. All right, look. See this big glob right there? Can you smooth it out? Like this. There you go.
Yes, sir.
You want to do it?
I want to do it by myself.
All right, do it by yourself. All right, good job, baby.
I will get paint on me.
Well, you will if you're not careful. Good job, baby. You're doing a great job.
I am too. I'm doing it too.
You are.
And I'm painting too.
You are. You're so good. You're such a big help.
Yeah, and I love to paint with you.
I like it when you paint with me.
Look at the other ones over here.
I like it when you do projects with me.
There, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna do this left piece. I'm gonna do this one.
You can do that one?
Yes.
All right, hang on just a minute, okay?
Okay.
Get all
I
this.
want to do it by myself.
I know you
Come,
do, baby.
Stella.
Listen, y'all. Involve your kids with your projects. Let them help. Let them be around. Show them something. They'll learn a little something. So let your kids be around and help you with your projects. Not only will they learn a little something, but they'll enjoy. Stella! You gotta let them. You just gotta kid-proof it. And I forgot to kid-proof that.
I can paint.
Okay, Stella. All right, you want to paint this little one?
Uh-huh.
Okay, here you go. Paint.
That's a little baby one.
What I was saying was involve your kids in your projects. They'll learn something. You'll get some quality time with them. Be good memories. I know sometimes as parents, our lives are busy and we want to just rush and get a project done, and it takes a little longer when you have your kid doing your painting for you, but she's really enjoying this, and I wouldn't want to take that away from her. And I enjoy when she wants to spend time with me, because there will come a time in the likely not too distant future when that's not a huge priority of hers.
I'm big. I'm big.
You are a big girl. Stella, don't touch that, please. Good job. All right, you got it all done.
I did it.
You did it. You did all of it. Good job, baby.
And I can do it by myself. I got paint on me.
You got paint on you. Wait, hey! I said be careful, baby. Remember I said be careful?
Yeah.
You gotta watch what you're touching, okay?
I got paint on me.
I know. Listen. Hey, look at me. Look at me. Look at me. Listen, I know it was an accident. I'm not mad. But I want you to be more careful, okay? I want you to watch where you're touching.
I got paint on me.
I know you do. It's okay. It'll be all right.
Yeah, I like to get paint on me.
You like getting paint on you?
Yes.
You're silly. You are so silly.
I like to get paint on me.
I'm gonna clean all this dirt off of here, and we're gonna have to repaint this one, okay?
Okay. I like the paint.
All right, so here are our finished trim pieces. I think they look pretty good. So let me show you the color match here. So this is our existing, and this is what we've got. And that's a pretty good match if you ask me. So like I said, I got it matched at Lowe's. They did a really good job. I had it matched a while back for the trim on this door right here. I had to replace the trim because it was all rotted, and so I got it done there, and it did really well. All right, so let's get these set up here. I'm gonna get the trim pieces put on first, and then I will take the bottom row of screws out and get all those leaves out of there. All right, so let's get these put on. The screws that I'm using are GRK trim screws. I'm using a 1 1/4 inch. So they are tiny little screws. They've got a nice small head on them, so they should countersink well. Actually, I know they do because I've already put them in once. So we'll get started here on the end. We'll get them put in, and I'm gonna get the chair rail put in on this side first, and then go on the inside and get the back put on. So this side I'm only using 2 screws, and I'm just kind of barely putting them in there. I've got it in like the thinnest portion of this wood, so I'm trying to make sure that everything stays nicely, so nothing cracks or anything like that. I'm just putting it real lightly in there. I'm gonna get it flush with the, and just leave it flush with the wood. Alright, so we're going to go on the inside and get the other backing put on, and we'll be done. So we'll start with the end here. There's one. So here's our trim piece. You see we got a nice tight joint there. This one, I don't know if you saw me on this one struggling a little bit to get that joint tightened up. When I first put this one on, the chair rail on the outside was kind of hanging low, so I had it pushed up with clamps, and so I wasn't sure if that was going to go back on exactly how I wanted it to without the clamps, and it gave me a little bit of trouble, but we got it on there. And then here's the last one, and then we'll go on the outside and take a look at it, and I'll show you what it looks like out there. Here we are. So we got a nice tight gap right there all the way across. There's a tiny bit, but there's no way that any leaves are going to get down in there. This one is the one that I had trouble with, but as you can see, it's a really good securement there. This one looks good, as does this one right here. So that's really nice. It looks good. I was a little bit concerned about painting them blue just because the frame on the screen are that white color, so I wasn't 100% sure how I was going to like it, but I think with everything else being blue, it looks really good. I didn't really like the way it looked when it was in primer and it was white, so I think the blue just kind of finishes everything off. Matches really good. You know, obviously it's new paint there and old paint here, but the color match is pretty good. I am going to replace this door, so we'll show you guys another video on that at some point. I don't know when I'm going to get around to doing that, but anyway, that's the project that we were working on today. Got it taken care of. I think it looks really good. Only thing I got to do now is get those leaves cleaned out of there, but I'll probably save that for another day. Thanks for joining us. If you like the content, hit that like, hit the subscribe, helps the channel out, and we'll see you guys next time.